The Talking Leeds podcast, match reaction with Aaron Marshall and Gerry McNamee.
Hello and welcome to Talking Leeds Match Reaction with myself, Mr. Arron Marshall, and as always, Mr. Gerry McNamee. Gerry, Leeds left it late yesterday to get a precious 3 points against Fulham at Elland Road. Where do we want to start, Gerry? 3 points on the board, still, West Ham won, but all in all, we've got to be happy with that, haven't we?
Yeah, we're still 8 points clear. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
We gained points on Forest and Burnley.
Yeah.
It wasn't the greatest game, but we won, and all clean sheet. 3 points against an informed team. We kept quiet. I was happy with that. We just need.
Daniel Farke was saying as well, and that's probably one of the most important results of the season for Leeds, wasn't it? It's a massive result.
Every game's a turning point. Yeah, it was a shame we get back West Ham, but nothing we can do about other teams. And it could have been worse. It could have been 6 points rather than 8 still. And I was coming out of the ground thinking, we're 10 points clear, till somebody told me. Showed me the evidence. But that's, I think Tottenham are in trouble. And Thomas Frank, not sure if he'll be there. And the Crystal Palace manager, basically, another manager saying, sack me. Please sack me.
Let me go.
Just look at other clubs and you think, we're okay. We're a tight knit. That is a team. Well, it's a team. It's a team that's together and fighting for each other. I mean, we had a couple of setbacks yesterday. Beal and Stack both injured. I think apparently in the last training session, Beal out for 4 or 5 weeks with a hamstring, which is a shame. And Stack, but we. Players come in and we set up nicely, and Fulham didn't really get much of a sniff. In parts, they looked okay, but not great. They were probably better than Match of the Day were last night. If anybody watched Match of the Day, I mean, all season I've been saying this. They hardly mention Leeds. They hardly the analysing is very lazy. But to show Nemetja and his attributes in the game, and to post a picture beside it of Noah Okafor is very lazy, and somebody should be really embarrassed about that. But Match of the Day. No, but the most embarrassing thing I saw on TV yesterday, I don't know if anybody's seen this, it's been on social media, something in the box. Have you seen this? It's Sky had a thing where they put 3 Man City and 3 Man United players in a box. They didn't know the score, and they revealed the score at the end to the delight of 3 Man United fans. And I thought, This is scraping the barrel. Why would you not want to watch the game? Why would you want to be in a box where you couldn't watch it with your opposing fans? And it's Sky is going down the pan, really is. If you look at they've got geeky fans on in the mornings talking about football. And I don't care. I'm not this. Says he on a podcast talking about football. I don't want to hear fans talk, but no, it's shot. But anyway, that's aside. Let's talk about the game. And the game started before the match. We had a great tribute to Terry Arrett, and as we said before, your connections with the family and you were with them. I think they looked quite emotional, and it was heartfelt. I think the applause around the ground. A lot of people there wouldn't remember Terry Arrett. People of my ilk do, and it was a nice tribute.
Yeah, it was nice. I was with them for a little while yesterday. Pre-match drinks with them all, and it was nice just hearing stories and listening to everybody there, associating and catching up with them. But yeah, it was a really nice tribute, I think, as well. The applause, it's always moving, isn't it, when you get a whole arena applauding, and the cop got some chants going for him as well. And really nice to kind of be with them pretty much. And then I moved back down to my seat, Gerry. I didn't want to be up there forever. So it was nice to speak to to Gabby, Nigel, all the family in there as well. It was nice.
And also,
Smell Sterland. think his name. Is that right? Yeah. I had a chat with him in the lift. That's my claim to fame.
He's a big lad, isn't he?
He is a big lad.
Very quiet, isn't he? So it doesn't say much. He's larger than life in more ways than one, but what a player he was down the wing. My God. Better medical facilities these days. He probably will last much longer. He was a great player in that team. What a player! What a player he was. There was also a tribute in the 70th minute to Colin Wood, who's the fan who sadly passed away. I didn't know, but I assume that's what it was. Who passed away at the Man United game, and I'm sure it was nice for his family and friends, and good for Leeds fans to pay tribute to one of our own. And if you're a place to go with Elland Road, it's
I just want to add to Michael. Gabby was there. I was with her yesterday, but the whole family was in there as well. So it wasn't just Gabby there. Her brother Jordan was there, and cousins and things like that. So it was a nice little family.
He looks like his dad. I saw the clip on Match of the Day. He looks like his dad, doesn't he?
Yes, he does, doesn't he? But it was a nice. A nice moment for them as well. So anyway, so that was at the start. But then the first half, I thought Leeds were a little bit ropey. It was a game of two halves. This I would describe it. I think Fulham in the first half looked a little bit more lively, looked well organised, and it was a bit of a game of chess. It was just not going anywhere in that first half, was it?
No. Well, the big call, of course, was Darlow kept number one, kept the goalkeeping shirt from Perry. I was surprised because I didn't think he would change it, but he did, and I think he probably handled it well because he laid enough for this Fark laid enough hints. But you thought, well, he's moving him along, but it might take him out of the firing line in a sense. He's not done anything majorly, dropped balls into the net or that, but he's not quite been up to the standard. And Darlow, to be honest, didn't have a lot to do except for that time he came out of goals with the header and Lewis Skelly, whatever you call him, nearly chipped it. That would have been embarrassing. But the rest of the time, not a whole lot to do. But the first half was we were on the attack. We had a couple of chances. I mean, Okafor, that's about the second or third game where he's ballooned it over the bar. I mean, coaching manual to get your foot over the knee, over the ball. And Brendan broke through as well and ballooned one over the bar as well. 2 chances. But we were lively without being that dangerous. And, it was interesting just in the team as well with Bogle. And it looked like on the attack, we were playing 3 at the back, and on the defence, it was 5 at the back. And that was good. There's a system there. There's method, and, that works. I thought every player did his bit yesterday. And I thought, Darlow did okay. Joe Rodon. Pascal getting in the way of things. Pascal doing Pascal things. Yeah. And I thought Justin, he's one of the bargains of the season. 10 million quid for an England international, and he looks solid. Bogle was back on it. I thought Goodmanson first half of spec was excellent. A couple of times the ball came over his head, and he was able to, I think, with the player attacking him, and he took it on the turn and took it away. And a couple of times he did that. Unfortunately, in the second half, he had a couple of shots, bad decisions, Gabby. So if anybody really looking at that, that's the only thing I remember thinking back. He was excellent, and he still is. So just don't shoot.
But what do you think then? Because obviously with Perry, Gerry, do you think, like what Michael says, is this the end for him? Because I thought it was, like what you said, it was a massive big call to kind of drop him.
Yeah.
And obviously, we've talked about the Newcastle game before, haven't we? We look at the kind of the mistakes he's made. But I don't know. I genuinely don't know what the answer is. I think Darlow's just more solid at the moment. A safer pair of hands, as you would say, for a goalkeeper.
I
don't know.
I don't know if in the summer we'll be looking for an upgrade on goalkeeper, because Perry, he's okay, but he's not quite there. And it just shows you, for 18 million, you don't get a world class keeper, do you? I said we thought we should have spent the extra, not being biased, but Kefine Kelleher was about 30 million. That's who we should be buying. Maybe that's who we should go after. He's best keeper this season, as far as I'm concerned. But I think at the moment it's Darlow. Somebody said, Jim says that Melia. No, I think Melia is just having a little snooze under the stand. He's just going to see out his contract. I can't blame him. Why would he go out on loan and get injured? He's he's done. I mean, he can. I mean, we could have got 20 million for him a few years ago, but he can go along, negotiate his contract, which he probably will now. And yeah, good luck to him. He was part of a great era with Bielsa and everything else. And yeah, we look to him. I don't wish him any ill, but he's not the answer either. We probably need a top class keeper next year. Hopefully, we're still in the Premier League. So that's it. But I mean, going forward again, I mean, Calvert-Lewin, he had a tough game yesterday in the sense that it was nothing. He was up against two giants, but he kept them busy and he worked so hard. And I think part of Brendy's change of form has been down to him, and I think the work well good. I mean, Brendy was decent yesterday, apart from his shot. A couple of times, maybe decision making, but he seems not to be falling over so much, getting knocked off the ball, tricky situations where he's in very tight situations. And that cross he had in for Calvert-Lewin that we all thought was in. We were all off our seats, and everybody in the ground thought it was in. It wasn't to be. Okafor for me still has to be more consistent. I would start Willie, I think, in front of him. He drifts in and out of the game. His shooting, finishing's not great. When he gets the ball, sometimes he lights up the pitch, but I'm not sure he's there yet for his starting. But second half, we were the better team. There was spells. Yeah. I think we had a spell where we were on the attack the whole time, and then the player went down injured, and that seemed to take the focus. And you saw things like you thought, well, Wilson's going to score, and then you seen Tom Kearney come on, who's a Leeds lad who always seems to do something against Leeds, or you just Cavino or Kevin, as he's known, the Brazilian. Thought, here we go. But our subs at 0-0, and you thought West Ham 1-1. You thought, yeah, let's take this. We put on attacking subs, and you thought, wow, Tanaka comes on, and Willie's on, and Nemecha, and you thought, wow, we're going for this. And I do love Fark when he said, and we all noticed that he basically said Nemecha looked like he'd not worn boots before his first three touches. The highlight of that match of the day. But then after that, his near post header is limped for the ball, and that was some finish. That's so difficult behind the player to get his foot on that and to get great build up as well. Players scrapped. Tanaka, Willie, Brendy, they all scrapped to get the ball. Ampadu, great cross, and what a goal! That was a crap. And apparently, it's the first time in the Premier that in two games, both games have ended with 90th minute winners by opposite teams. So that's we keep breaking records. So that was great, and he nearly had another one. Keeper made a great save in the match, but overall, we were all pleased, and I think we deserved it. I think on the day we deserved it. Do you think that?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it was one of those games where we'd have probably taken 0-0, and it looked like it was going that way. But the goal which Nemecha scored was just brilliant, and the whole arena, the stadium, was just electric when that went in.
Yeah,
you could sense it. That was a big win for us and a big goal. I think you're right. I do agree with you. I think Nonto needs to be starting for me now. He's just he just offers that little bit more, that physicality, that press than Okafor. I'm not a fan of Okafor, if I'm being honest. He's not selling it to me what he does on that pitch. But I think Nonto, he offers something a little bit different.
He disappears
as well. Yeah, he does. We should have mentioned Mr. Wilson. Harry Wilson.
That tackle was a good tackle, actually. I thought, I sort of applauded that and thought, I'd have done that. That was. If he'd scored, would he have given it the whole not celebrating? If he had done that, I'd lose all respect for him. If he had done, but he didn't do a whole lot. They had a couple of early on. I mean, what do you call him? The Mexican guy up front. What's his name? The one who had the head injury. I'm looking for the program. Jimenez.
Yeah.
Again, he looked in, but disappeared. Yeah. They were a well-organized team without producing that. And you think, but I think the thing is now you look at the table, and yes, we're 8 points clear, but we're only 1 and 2 points behind Spurs and Bournemouth. And looking up, Palace, I think, are downward spiral. They're out of control. they'll have a new manager next week.
Yeah, as MJ says, as close to Europe as relegation. Is that the definition of mid-table obscurity?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I'm not sure I want Europe. Let's leave Europe for a year because we don't want to get sidelined. That can seem it's done to Forest and Palace and that. Let's just finish 16th. I don't mind.
16th is fine, and I think we'd have absolutely taken that, wouldn't we?
5 draws, 5 wins. Sorry, 5 wins.
5 wins is all it is, and you think of that. And again, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, a free, like what Michael says here, free transfer sign is not bad in terms of goals. The scores, free, but brilliant business from Leeds. That one, isn't it?
Well, as we look at it, and I know we criticised our business in the summer, and we did probably fall a bit short, but every player has sort of stepped up now. Maybe Perry's might be the one, but everybody we've bought has been significant. James and Justin James.
JJ.
Yeah, JJ, Bijol, even Barnow, he's starting to make inroads now. The Stack, who was off it a bit, is in. Okafor we're still talking about. But these two strikers, free transfers. It's a phenomenon. If you look through any team who's done business with forwards, even Gorkez and Salah and all these guys haven't scored the same amount, haven't had the same. And the 14 goals. Well, it's not that it's free, because obviously we're paying wages, and I hear Calvert-Lewin's on a decent whack, and he's earning it. And these two come in on phenomenal. And the match has missed a lot of games as well, but 5 goals, and that's 6 points if you take the Everton and the Fulham game, late goals. I know one's a penalty. Although he ended up, he scored a few goals in losing games. Doesn't matter though. He's scoring goals, and that's
that's the main thing, isn't it?
It's good.
Yeah, and obviously transfers. You mentioned transfers there, Jerry. We've got Harrison's buggered off. He's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone to Italy.
He needed to go. I mean, that's what I said. He's gone to Florence, one of the most beautiful places in the world, and Harry Gray's gone to Rotherham, one of the most beautiful places in Rotherham.
Yeah.
And
obviously,
did you see that goal in as well? Who did? Sorry.
We've brought somebody in as well. We've got an income now. Buonanotte.
Yeah,
he's in the door as well.
Well, that was, 6 months late. We should just stick him on the bench for the rest of the season for punishment, really. Well, he wanted European football, didn't he? Went to Chelsea. Why Chelsea? Chelsea have got 70, 80 players. Why do they want one more? And then they didn't put him in the Champions League squad. He's made one appearance, which ironically is the FA Cup, so he's cup tied, unless he'd played for Man City, and then of course he probably would have been allowed to play. But so it's probably a bit early to bring him in yesterday, but he'll be significant. And a game like that, he can come on and turn it, but he has to earn it, because I think he can't. Willie and that can't drop down the pecking order. Well, he is earning. I think I say Willie. Willie looks like half man, half shorts, doesn't he? His shorts were very big yesterday, but Willie changes games, and he causes hassle. But Jack, we talked about it last week, Derby. He needs to move on. What I said at the time, it's not his fault Leeds messed about and then give him a big contract, but it's not. It wasn't working for him, and we need to make space. And hopefully he does well up there, and they take up the option, because it's an option. So we could still be.
We could still be back next year.
Yeah, don't stay where you are, Jack. Italy's lovely this time. It looked lovely any time of day. And we should also probably issue our weekly apology to Daniel Farke. I still feel guilty. Yeah, he's still doing. He got it right again yesterday.
I think he was happy with that one as well, wasn't he? Because he you saw his reaction at the end, with the goal and in front of the cop and things. He was loving it.
Yeah, he doesn't always show emotion when goals are scored, but he did yesterday, and it's good to see that. Fans were. It was subdued at time in the Fulham. I thought Fulham were taking a full compliment. I think. Sitting down in an away game, and there was the Jimmy Savile chant, which gets the usual, and where's your famous atmosphere, and that was it. I think they just sat there drinking lattes and the wine and cheese as they do at Fulham. And then where's the swimming pool at Elland Road on the roof? Because that's what they're used to, Craven Cottage, isn't it? Fulham are, you can't have a rivalry with Fulham. That's a bit insipid, really. Aren't they? A decent enough team, and the referee was again Chris Kavanagh. God, he should have sent it. It was a Luke who'd been in. Booked and then kicked the ball away, and then he was the guy that booked Ampadu at Anfield for that handball, and he was fussy. We booked Ampadu yesterday, I think, didn't he, over some silly move in the ball, and it's just
Chris Kavanagh. It's not very good.
Got to be better. It's got to be better. The Premier League. I don't know if you saw the footage, the ref cam footage of the Man U game. What do you call him? The Australian referee. It was fascinating watching that in what's said. And I think there was another one I saw this week, and the ball was going in the top corner. Referee called it before it went in, and you think, it gives you an idea of what's been said and what's going on and everything else. So I'd like to see a bit more of that, but less refereeing bollocks, really.
Let it flow. Let it flow.
Yeah. I mean, Leno was wasting time even before the goal went in, but you know, very rarely see referees counting down goal kicks, which they're supposed to. They soon sped it up when they were. It's funny when somebody scores an injury time that they've made.
Yeah, you could see that they were up for it once.
What's that, Jim? Some of the Fulham fans were putting the Fulham shirt on a mannequin in the Leeds shop.
Oh yes, have you seen that video? That photo.
That's quite funny. I can go with that. That's funny.
I think they fit down to the White Rose and put a Fulham shirt over the mannequin in the White Rose. I think, why?
Why not? If Leeds fan, I sort of like that.
You always see it, don't you? Like at Manchester Airport, you see Leeds fans moving the Leeds shirts in front of the Manchester United shirts. You see that. I see photos every time. Those poor people in JD Sports in Terminal 2 at Manchester Airport must be furious. Leeds fans are moving them in front of them, so it's just fun. But I'm not.
Well, they're going to win the league now, Man United. They've turned the club and everything. You know what's coming next, but City were poor yesterday. I was watching the game. They were poor, really poor. And but they'll probably go out and spend another 60 million next week on somebody else because they've no financial barriers at all. They can do what they want. They can find what they want, and no 115 still there, and they've spent £1 billion on that, and then nothing down.
Yeah, Richard Keys, I don't know if you've seen this, that old, well, it's not past the watershed. I can't use words to describe that man, but he's saying that that Pep will be gone this week. It's just clickbait from Richard Keys and Andy Gray.
Who will be gone? Pep.
Pep will be gone.
Richard Keys is a scumbag, basically.
He is.
There's another word I could use ending in T, but probably can't. Because it's not clever, but you use that word sparingly. But he is one, and everything I've seen and he's said, and in the past week about Gabby Yareth or Gabby Logan as well, he's an absolute scumbag. Him and Brett, they're better off doing what they do, but that doesn't mean that what's left on Sky, and it's. Thank God for Mark Chapman. He's brilliant. I love Mark Chapman. I love Gabby Logan and Kelly Cates, but some of the Sky stuff, jeez, it's bad. It is bad.
It's bad.
Yeah. And they're losing hand over fist. That they don't have European football. They don't have FA Cup. This is the things that's been annoying me today, really. Yeah.
But for Leeds, as you say, we're 16th in the league. We've got that little cushion over West Ham. You know, we're closer to the European spots than we are relegation. Yeah. Do we, Gerry? Do we need to start to look up now rather than down? And I know we're going to keep an eye out for West Ham and see how they're getting on. But do you think we're safe now? Because I don't think we are. I'm not convincing that we are anywhere near safe because I don't think we are.
Even when we were first season up with Bielsa, when I think we beat Fulham in the February, and then we thought we're okay. No, most people say to me, Leeds are safe, don't worry. When you're looking at it as an outsider, the way we're playing and everything else, you would think, but things could change all of a sudden. If we'd lost yesterday, late goal, West Ham win, all of a sudden it's 5 points, isn't it? Yeah. And then pressure's on, and you got Arsenal coming up and everything else. And so no, I think we're on the right track. I was listening to the Square Ball, I think, today, and one of the guys said when we were on this number of games last time we got relegated, we just beaten Liverpool and beaten Bournemouth. But that was sort of Liverpool game, as they said as well, was a fluke, and the Bournemouth game was chaos. And this seems more controlled. And I think, yes, it's okay to look up. I suppose the only thing about looking up is we got to get more teams in between us and drag them into it and put the pressure on them. Because if you're a Spurs fan or a Bournemouth fan, you're getting dragged into it where we're on a up, and that's how you looked at it. But as long as West Ham and Forest keep at bay, that's all we're worried about at the moment. That's all I'm thinking about. We've got a game.
It's becoming quite tight, isn't it, down at the end of the table? So you look at Brighton 12, they're in 29, Palace 28, Spurs 27. We're all within 3 or 5 points of mid-table, kind of security, really, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm not sure what points Everton are on. I know they're 0-0 at half-time.
30 currently.
30, yeah, so, that's it. And a winnable game next week at the Howard Wilkinson Stadium. I can't remember what it's called.
Something like that.
Floating Stadium, yeah. That's a winnable game. And we'll be going into that game knowing what West Ham and Forest have done and the other teams. So it could be a bonus. We think a draw is okay here, or whatever. But I think we are well capable of. Anybody looking at Leeds coming now has got to say that this is a tough game. And Calvert-Lewin and all that, it's set for him to score a goal, isn't it?
It is.
Forward to a new stadium as well. But because the following week we got Arsenal. I know Forest showed yesterday that Arsenal have to go on a little dip sometime. So, no better time. But he said we got 6 points out of these 3 games. Yeah, definitely.
Well, you look at the next four. Yeah, you're looking at the next 4 for Leeds. Obviously, Everton, Arsenal, Forest, which is massive under the lights, and then Chelsea before the cup game. So you'd think if you could try and get 4 points out of those 4, we'd be happy with that, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. If we're in the 30s at that stage, it could be a great. Let's hope we'll get into the last 3 or 4 games and can relax, because you can never relax when you're a Leeds fan. There's always something. It isn't every game. There's always something on it. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, the Hill Dickinson Stadium.
Hill Dickinson.
It was. I always think of razor blades when I think of it. But that's Wilkinson's sword, isn't it? Yeah. I'm actually going to miss the game.
Oh no!
I'm going to be watching it in Spain. Yeah.
Well, it could be in worse places.
Yeah, we're going to. There's a pub, the Abbey Tavern, near where we go, and it's a Leeds pub, and it's packed with Leeds fans. When I went first, I thought, I wonder if they're showing the Leeds game, and I was a bit nervous, and then I heard Marching On Together 5. I thought, I'm safe enough here. Well, before I forget, I met a couple of guys yesterday from North Wales. Sam Shaw was the name of the lad. I hope he's listening. Met him when I was having chips outside Gravelly's, and we were chatting, and we were. Yeah, he says he listens, and he said, "Oh, I've heard your voice. You know what you look like." Which I said, "Well, I've got a face for radio anyway. That's okay." So before I forget, Sancho, I remembered. I can't believe I remembered. He's a nice lad, and nice comments, and a few people talking about the pod and saying,
good. Oh,
listen,
good.
And we do. So maybe we should start ranting and raving a bit, should we? At the Arsenal ones, Oh, blood. Yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go. Yeah, he's got to go. Maybe I don't think I'm cut out for that, am I?
No, we're quite fair and balanced, Jerry. And just to add, if you want to mention that, I'm looking at Daniel Farke's Norwich City points total right now, 21 points in 1920 is 5 points before he was sacked at Norwich. So I think those demons of sacking him and saying he's not good enough, all those lazy pundits saying, "Oh, Farke's records in the Premier League's rubbish," blah blah blah.
We never said that, did we? No, we just said he needs to go.
Yes, we did, but no, we're happy. We're happy with him at the moment, and we can't fault him.
The other Michael there says, "I only go to Elland Road for the chips, Gravelly chips. You can't resist them, can you? They're decent. They're
decent chip shop.
I'm only getting used to Yorkshire ways. I didn't know when people start asking for bits. What's that?
Scraps.
Scraps. That's it. Scraps.
Yeah.
I thought, wow. Yeah. That was. I only learned that recently, and I thought, wow. Scraps.
Well, another chip shop one which will get you is a scone. Now, this is very controversial. A scone in a tea cake is like a fish cake with fish and potato, but in Keighley, where I'm originally from, that's what they're referred to.
Oh, I've not heard that before.
There
No.
you go. That's another one for you.
You got mushy peas up here, and down at Fulham, it's guacamole. I think it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll have enjoyed their trip back down to London, being
So this week it'd be interesting. I see Strand Larson was on the bench today.
Yeah.
His
agent was there yesterday as well.
His agent's a Leeds fan, isn't he?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. How ironic.
Dropping 30, 40 million on a striker in January. That's always works for Leeds, doesn't it? But I think he's definitely pedigree, and I think he's down tools a bit this year, which a lot do. But he could add something, because if anything happens, we have. Someone said we have to be brutal sometimes with players now. You know, if someone came in, say, for Tanaka and offered 40, 50 million for him, which you'd have to take it, you know, and we have to, while you get emotionally attached to players, you got to do the business thing right. Now, I think so far in this stage appeases us, but now we're starting, we need another, and I think probably a centre half, definitely, and I think there's stuff going on in the background, but that one, David Ornstein mentioned it yesterday, and he's quite revered, and he said the Strand Larson thing is real. So
it's one to watch, isn't it? Really, but they just need to get the bodies in, and I think that the January transfer is always one of those, isn't it, Joe? It takes ages to kick in, and it'll probably be it'll be deadline day before we know it, and they'll probably sign a couple of players then, but it's always difficult in January.
Biro to Celtic, that would be my favourite. It's not going to happen because of the 49ers. I would just love it just to wind up the Rangers fans. I'm sorry if there's any Rangers fans on. I'm not really, but it would be so hilarious if we did. But he'd score hatful up there. He really would. I can't see that happening. And but I can still see. I don't know. It just depends who comes in. And as Jim says, Noah Lang linked again. I'd sort of kept an eye, because he's looked decent any little cameos I've seen in Europe. So it's one of those. It was that guy Charlie Kettle who we were after as well a few years ago.
What about Ryan Kent? You know, why don't we mention his name? He's always linked.
We need to be linked. And was it used to be Gary Hooper from Celtic's Scunthorpe? Yeah, he's probably been linked as well. There's always these players that are always coming. No Lang. Yeah, it's we're just like kids really, and we just want new toys. And if players come in, we'll see how they go. But
it's really good to Paul. Wow, keep scraping that barrel.
I was fixing my other half phone this week because she smashed her phone, and on the photographs she was loading them up, and there was a picture of Rodrigo de Paul that I'd sent her, and she wanted him to sign. He was he played in the World Cup. Calvin Phillips. They're all Calvin. Well, Calvin needs a break, doesn't he? But hopefully he's just on too much money, isn't he? Someone's got to say, we got to be reasonable here, and I don't see where he'd fit back into Leeds. And
no, I can't either, if I'm being honest, Jerry. I don't know where he'd fit. I think the best thing for him would be just getting down into that Championship again. But again, none of these Championship clubs are gonna take up on him because of his wages.
No, he's alone. Maybe abroad he needs, because the two loans he's had at West Ham and Ipswich weren't great. And you think another player that Bielsa got beyond their capabilities, it's incredible. But I think every Leeds fan likes to see Calvin back, and he's still young enough, isn't he? He's still in his mid to late 20s, so he's got time. He's a better player than Declan Rice ever was. No doubt about it.
Before we go, I do need to give a couple of birthday mentions. Happy birthday to Mr. Adam Pope. It's his birthday today. It is his. I've sent a little message on Facebook.
Yeah, 84,
God, happy birthday to him. And happy birthday to Nigel, my father-in-law. It's his birthday today.
Nigel.
Birthday, Nigel.
And it was Eddie Gray's birthday yesterday.
And Eddie Gray's birthday, birthday shout-outs.
It's always a good excuse to watch Eddie Gray score those goals against Burnley. I've seen a lot of those pop up. And he looks like he's still there today. He's still a man. Good
stuff. So on to Everton then, Jerry. let's just try and get this one over and get a good result. They're there for the taking. I think will be Everton. That they hate their new ground, and hopefully we can reflect on another 3 points for Leeds.
And boo Jack Grealish. I'll get a chance to do that. I mean, I'm looking at the moment. It's second half is 0-0. Match of the day is going to be good tonight. Yeah. I think I might give that one a miss. But, oldest fixture in the world, I think, Villa and Everton are the oldest fixture in Britain, isn't it? Yeah, because they're two of the founding members. Yeah. So I think we probably need Villa to win this and just put Everton, keep them within shooting distance of us. Because Villa are they're insignificant to us now. They're out of it. So let's just keep Everton within distance of us. Touching distance. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. But I think certainly again we should be confident going in and winning. It's we're a different proposition than we played them first properly because we were new, and I think now we're more organised, and we'll hopefully Stack will be back. We know Bijol won't, but we got players that'll step in, and who knows, we might have another sign. We got a good week and a couple of days because we're playing Monday night, and that should take us through, and then follow that with another 3:00 kickoff against Arsenal. Yeah, Michael mentions Harry Gray yesterday. Did you see the own goal from yesterday?
I know you mentioned that. Yeah, you sent it to me. Absolutely embarrassing. Very poor. I think, with Harry going there, I just want to mention this, Jerry. With Harry going, I think it's genius because Rotherham look as though they're going to get relegated from League One, but it keeps everybody out of his sights. Nobody's going to go, let's go and have a look at Harry Gray at Rotherham. Nobody's going to be really fussed about him going down there. But I think it's a genius move because he can go and learn his trade down there and be kept out of the limelight, really, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he's straight. I mean, someone says he's championship player. And he probably, he's more than that. But it's a team that's fighting for their lives, and it's tough division. And you can play lots of academy games. This is the sort of game that'll build them up. Lots of players Harry Kane did it this route as well. He went and did the right. I always say academy, they don't get the physicality. The old Central League, the old Reserve League used to be the one where players who were out or coming back injured or not in the team were playing with young lads, and that was a great grounding. And it's a shame that doesn't exist anymore because a lot of these players, if you're not in the squad, you don't necessarily play. So it is. But now, good for him, and hopefully he comes back next year and he'll give us something else. And someone mentions Archie there. I have a feeling Archie will come back. Will come back to us one day. I think so. I think he's a Leeds fan, of course. He wants to come back. And it's not too late to declare for Ireland. Either one of his lads. Harry apparently wants to play for Scotland.
Right.
Imagine him and Harvey Barnes is Scottish as well. Can you imagine?
Wow.
That'd be two good signings for Scotland.
Yeah.
If they made it. But there we go.
We'll see.
So yeah.
There we go. All in all, we're happy, aren't we, Jerry?
Things are going okay. Yeah. We're doing all right. One defeat since November, and picking up points. Someone said too many draws. Points just to keep it ticking over. We keep saying that, and keep ticking over more than West Ham and Forest do. Burnley, I think there's a good stat. Liverpool haven't beaten any of the 3 promoted teams at Anfield this year. They're having a dreadful season, aren't they?
Get the violin out for them.
All these clubs want their managers gone. It's great. It's really funny. Yeah.
So you'll see Spurs will sack their manager. Frankie will go this week. And who knows, Forest might as well. You never know with them because they will. They've got Europe this week as well, haven't they? Yeah.
And Palace, as I said, I think Parish had a meeting with Glasner, and I think they've sorted out. But once you slag off the board, that's it. And I mean, he said he was shocked. They sold his captain the day before the game. He's been outgunned out the door since last summer. But you look at Palace. If you're a Palace fan, you think, we won the Cup, Charity Shield in Europe. This is the time. And they've missed it. And they'll probably, they could spiral now, get another manager in, change it around. And you see missed opportunities with clubs. We possibly had it as well. Wrong appointments, all that. And you just got to get these things right. But we're not bothered about changing managers because we got a good one.
We've got a good one. And he's proven that as a Premier League manager now because he's beat his record. So there
My
you
other
go.
half still wants to change his hairstyle, but that's for another day.
Yeah. Right. Cheers, Gerry. Thanks to everybody who's got involved in the comments. We will have a look at them all. We always do. Good to see everybody in the comments getting involved. And thanks for listening, as Gerry says. And we will see you next week. Next week, yeah.
Tuesday, won't it?
Tuesday.
And I won't have a nap before we come on. I've sort of a little nap, afternoon nap, because I'm off an age now. So I just made it in time.
Good stuff. Cheers, Gerry. We'll see you on the next one.